The saddest thing in life is wasted talent, and the choices you make now will shape your life forever. It's crazy how people with all the talent in the world find unusual ways to squander their opportunities. If you could do anything like this, you would assume life would be on easy street for you, right? Even if you came from a tough background, you are getting paid to be in college, so all you have to do is work hard for 3 or 4 more years and your whole family is set for life. Right? Right? Sorry, man. Life doesn't always work like that. If you've been rocking with my channel as of recently, and hopefully you're subscribed, you'll know that one of my favorite things to do is go in on old Jimbo and the Aggies at A&M. But I will stop for a second and commend you guys for a great win recently over LSU in an upset. December 5th is going to be a holiday for this channel and for anyone that loves to keep up with recruiting. Texas A&M has a 5-star receiver that's been kicked off the team. He has a unique story, and that's just me being nice. He's having a serious battle with the man in the mirror, but he's young, so he may be able to turn it around. My picks for places for this guy are to go to Ole Miss and Jackson State. Who is the guy? Why those schools? And where do I ultimately see him signing? Before we get into the video, shout out to my boy Kobe over at Blitz City Podcast for the video idea. Go subscribe to his channel. The link is in the description. This is the story of yet another trailblazer who is out to bring black colleges back to prominence. This is the story of Demond Hollywood Demus. Demus is a 6'3", 180-pound wide receiver from Tomball, Texas, where he attended Tomball High School and North Forest High School. He was a 5-star recruit, the 4th best player in Texas, the 3rd best wide receiver in the country, the 25th best player in the nation, and the 478th best high school player of all time. When we talk about studs, look no further. This guy was the ideal high school athlete. 6'3", running a low 4.4 40, running an 11.2 second 100-meter time, long jumping almost 24 feet, and possessing a, get this, 41-inch vertical. His accolades are impressive as well. Along with playing football, he played varsity basketball and track, was named the District 11 4A Offensive Newcomer of the Year as a freshman, won the Texas Class 4A Long Jump State Championship as a sophomore, named the District 11 4A Unanimous Offensive Player of the Year, MVP as a sophomore, won the AP All-State Selection as a junior, and was an AP Class 4A First Team All-State Selection as a junior. Just like you, scouts were beyond enamored with his talents. Gabe Brooks, a Mellons Region recruiting analyst, said this about Demus: big frame wideout with dynamic athletic traits, outstanding size that is transferable to the next level, possesses a terrific frame that could hold more bulk if desired, shows impressive leaping ability that aids in elite high pointing acumen, go get it wideout who can get balls over most defensive backs, should be a red zone terror at the next level, flashes explosive straight line twitchness, won the Texas Class 4A Long Jump Championship as a sophomore, gets off the line fast, and can run past defenders in the vertical passing game. Long strider who shows great top end speed downfield, but can also take the quick hitter the distance. Limited tape, but has excelled in elite camp environments versus strong competition. May be more of a straight line bruiser than a lateral sudden athlete, which could influence get open consistency in close quarters against high major DBs. Occasionally lets the ball hit his body. Impact receiver who should provide big production at Power 5 level en route to an early NFL draft projection. End quote. In 2018, his junior year, these were his stats: 50 receptions for 1,574 yards, 1 punt return for a touchdown, and 1 kick return for a touchdown. Some real video game type numbers. He had 57 scholarship offers coming out of high school from all over the country: Alabama, Clemson, Florida, LSU, Michigan, Miami, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Tennessee, and oh yeah, one HBCU, Prairie View A&M. His original top 5 was Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, and Texas, but he ended up committing to Texas A&M. Say what you want about Jimbo Fisher, but the man can recruit. The whole football program is in shambles right now, and he keeps signing more 5-stars. Some of you may be wondering, with all of his accomplishments you talked about, you stopped at his junior year. What's up with that? In Texas, football is king, and sometimes it's also corrupt. The headlines read, 5-star Texas A&M commit Demond Demas ruled ineligible for his senior season. The Texas native played for Houston North Forest as a junior, but transferred to Tomball High School for his senior season. On Tuesday, the UIL State Executive Committee voted 6-0 to deny Demas his eligibility. The news comes via Texas reporter Nick Harris. The issue here stems from the fact Houston North Forest did not sign off on Demas' transfer for his senior season. Demas was quoted as saying this at the hearing, "I'm just trying to make a better life for myself, make better grades, and be in a better circumstance for myself. There may be more to the story that I don't know, but it all sounds like bullcrap to me. How do you not let a kid play just because he wants to go to a different school for his senior season?" If you know more about the story and what actually happened, comment that down below. That time wasn't his fault, but bad news seems to always follow this guy, because what I'm about to mention next was 1000% his fault. The 21-year-old Demas was charged with domestic violence following getting into an argument with his girlfriend. According to the victim, Demas pushed her head into a wall, and then she bit him on the shoulder. He then grabbed her and threw her off the bed onto the floor, which caused her front teeth to go through her bottom lip. The injury caused bleeding, loose teeth, and swelling. With every action, there is a reaction. The father of the alleged woman assaulted by Texas A&M's Demond Demas attacked the wide receiver before a campus conduct hearing, police said. As the dad went after the accuser, the mom wanted some smoke as well. She attacked one of its female relatives during court. The woman's parents were charged with misdemeanor assaults and taken to the Brazos County Jail. No serious injuries were reported. Now, I usually don't condone violence, but in this instance, I 100% do. Shout out to the dad for stepping up and doing what he could to defend his daughter. Shout out to the mom as well. That's real teamwork right there. Demas was previously accused of hitting a girlfriend last year when a woman reached out to the Chronicle claiming that the receiver had hit her daughter, whom he was dating at the time. According to the Houston Chronicle, Brazos County prosecutors declined to press charges and he was never arrested. But coach Jimbo Fisher did not explain his absence and ultimately allowed Demas to return for the Orange Bowl victory over the University of North Carolina. The former 5-star recruit has also faced misdemeanor marijuana charges in Texas. I really don't like speaking negatively on any young man, but I have to just report the facts. He appears to be getting his life together and trying to get back on track. He decided to sit out the 2022 season to handle his legal issues. As mentioned earlier, he's no longer an Aggie. He's also been in a portal since March. But why hasn't he signed to anyone yet? And what schools would even take a chance on him? Well, to answer that question, look at this. Yep, he's back in jail. Former Texas A&M football player Demond Demas returned to the Brazos County Jail. This article is dated for November 4th of this year. Man, oh man, oh man. Former Texas A&M football player Demond Demas returned to the Brazos County Jail for the 4th time in less than 2 years. According to court paperwork, the 21-year-old from Houston, Texas, violated bond by failing to report to the bond supervision office and failing to be tested for drugs and alcohol. This is hard to watch. I just hope he can get everything back together. When I say I do my research, I mean it. I looked everywhere to find out what schools offered him and where he might end up going. It came up with some interesting stuff. One guy said prison.
Hey, hold on, this shit ain't funny. It ain't funny, but it is.
Realistically, he has 3 options at this point: JUCO, Ole Miss, and Jackson State. JUCO doesn't even have to be explained. Coach Lane Kiffin is a master of recruiting. He's hip, cool, and can relate to the players. His resume is also ridiculous. He was the head coach of the Oakland Raiders at just 31 years old, making him the youngest head coach in their franchise's history. He then went on to be the head coach at Tennessee, then USC, spent time in Alabama as the offensive coordinator, coached at Florida Atlantic, and even had Coach Prime's son, Shedeur, sign for a bit until he decided to play for his father at Jackson State. And now, Kiffin is the head coach at Ole Miss. He dispelled all rumors of him being the next head coach of Auburn. Kiffin appears to be fully committed to the program, and the players are buying in. Demus has liked several tweets about the Rebels. He even liked a tweet by Lane Kiffin himself. It read, #come to the SIP. Maybe Kiffin is recruiting him under the table and just waiting until the legal stuff dies down before making an official offer. What do y'all think? Comment that down below. Now on to his chances of ending up at Jackson State. For this part, I'll kick it over to my boy at the Blitz City Podcast. For anything JSU related, he's your source.
Damon DeMoss, a 5-star wide receiver from Texas A&M, who had just completed his freshman season there, commented on Coach Prime's post and said, it was an emoji, but he's basically saying like, hey, what's up? Let's make this shake. So after that, they were in talks. Jackson State and Damon DeMoss was in talks for a while, and they haven't lost touch with each other. Jackson State has been trying to get him, even though they knew he would have to miss the 2022 season because of his legal issues. It's all good and squared away now. He'll be ready by the time the next season rolls around. They've been talking. This is not an assumption. I'm telling you, I'm confirming it. They have been talking. Recently, today, shout out to my guy, Big Mike, for sending me this. Demus posted a picture on Instagram. And he was in a regular outfit, just showing off his rings and, him and his boys and whatever. But I noticed something I noticed the logo on a sweatshirt. Does that look familiar to y'all? It should, because it is Deion Sanders Jr.'s clothing line. Now, I feel like that's a subtle hint.
Based on what Coach Prime preaches repeatedly, Demus is not the type of player that he wants. Despite all of his abilities, he has all the talent in the world, but a school would have to take a chance on him. He may have his head on straight, but only time will tell. They gonna call it a comeback. I call it getting my lick back. Thanks for watching the video. If you made it to the end, type in "Get It Together Hollywood" in the comment section. I want to hear from y'all. What do you think about this entire situation? Where will Demus go? Do you want your school to sign him? And do you believe that he should get another chance? As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. We on the road to 20K. From us, over here at HBCU Spotlight, we out of here. Peace.